Hey guys, good evening. Come let us reason again now. A lovely Sunday evening. Chat. Story time. Yes, man. Mr. Winston is here with me. You know, as usual, Sunday evening vibes, the whole of vibes. Caleb is here, but him off the camera. You know, in the business in a big people thing. He just sit down and listen and get a little smile sometimes and shaking head, you know, because even hear them attack some things we don't really know what go on. So what go on, Mr. Winston?
Well, bless.
Bless and highly favored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So this evening topic we're going to talk about growing with grandparents. Yeah, growing up with grandparents. We are Jamaicans, right? I didn't grow with a grandparents, but I used to visit my grandparents from time to time. How about you?
Yes, I am.
Upload my
Yeah, man.
I
I grew up with my grandparents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. How was it?
Yeah, man.
How old were you when you first went and lived with your
No,
grandparents?
no. Oh, I could remember that. I was baby. Yeah, because when my father migrated to Britain, I was 2 years old. I don't even know him.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, as a matter of
Wow.
fact.
So you didn't grow with your mommy either?
No.
Grandparents, so your
Yeah.
father,
Yeah.
your,
My father,
your
mother,
father, mother and father. Give thanks to them, you know. Give them thanks to them because knowing you for a few years now, I realize that you're a very stern man, discipline and balance, you know.
Yeah.
So grandma and grandpa did a great job. I know that you have your son. Oh,
Sons.
your sons, yes, sons. I beg your pardon, sons. I can see, especially with the younger one, you know, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. So now, tell me about mommy, grandma. What was grandma like? Because you know, enough grandparents are nice, you know.
Well, I tell you something, my grandmother, she raised me, and we, some bittersweet. Sometimes, she was stern.
Mm-hmm.
She was a very disciplined person.
Discipline, yeah.
Yeah, don't take nonsense. A no nonsense person, but loving otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take care of what we're taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go to school. You gotta do your chores.
Yes.
You know them days, raised up in the country.
Yes.
You gotta sweep up the yard. And when dry season, you have to catch your water.
Water. So you have a cistern, or you just
No, man, we have drum,
Drums.
container drum.
Yeah.
We harvest our own water.
Yes.
Container. And when dry time, you have to get water.
Yes. Yes.
Go a distance to get some water.
So you're saying that back then rain used to fall very often, right?
Oh yes. I could be, yes. I can remember vividly where rain season
Yeah.
coming in. You see, like even for instance, the farmers
Yeah.
when they start prepare the land, like do they clean, like say January, February, they start prepare the land. You go into say April and they start plant. This week, so catch the May rain. From May rain out, we have plenty rain in May.
Yes.
May up in June.
May is the time when
Yeah.
May and October is the time when river come down.
And then October now, then the rain season.
Yes.
Yeah, the two big rain season.
So what did your grandma do for a living?
Well, I mean, they cultivate, man.
Farming.
They cultivate, plant crops. We have all kind of different crops. People in the country, they're very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
With they plant this and plant that. They can sell them this, sell the coffee, they can sell the pimento, they can sell the produce, the fruits. you know. Yeah, man.
The reason why I asked Mr. Winston is because I was listening to hear you say grandma was a dressmaker. Because back then, every grandmother was dressmaker. Everybody was dressmaker. You know? Yeah.
I don't know if she was a dressmaker, but I know she could sew. You saw one in the whole hand machine.
Yeah, she had a machine.
Oh, hand machine is. You know what is hand machine?
Every household had, older people I knew back then had a sewing machine. So once me see the sewing machine, them a dressmaker. When them a dressmaker or tailor, whatever.
Yeah.
My mommy never have one. My grandmother never have any, but my mom used to sew with her hand.
Yeah, man, I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. People can stitch with their hand and things.
She used to do some
Definitely.
quilt. We call patchwork. And now we get to love it so much, we say quilt, right? But patchwork and quilt is the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, join different colors together, pieces and crafts is, yeah. Yeah, man. So, and grandfather, strictly farmer,
Yeah, man. That's the livelihood, you know.
livelihood. Was it hard, Mr. Winston? Living with your grandparents, you have to go tie out the goat, you have to sweep the yard, you have to look the wood. How much are you did living at the yard?
No, not much. I never, I'm not very crowded. I'm at one time, me and two cousins were living together at that time. And then after they migrate, then they're alone.
Yeah, alone. So, did you come under pressure when those two cousins left?
No, man, not pressure. I mean, it's natural.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do your chores, do your things,
Yeah, and grandma in a rush,
No, yeah, because if whatever she's doing with her farming, she get people who hire people to do things.
Yes.
Like to plant and to dig and things, you understand? Dig ground and plant crops and things.
Yeah.
And the people, they, like say some, they used to do it them days. Say for instance, they say, whether women or whatever, say them will reap gungo peas or coffee or whatever. Yeah, they organize, like say, they help one this week and the other one go for the other week, And
We used to call it day work.
yes,
Day work, exchange of labor,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Exchange
Yeah,
of
and
labor.
even women, see a bunch of women gone to the bush, can pick peas or something, and then go around and do it with them. But yeah, they're organized. So they used to do that stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The other day I was watching a video, and it's an African YouTuber, and they went to visit this lady, and she had about 8 or 6 grandchildren. So I think I heard in it that the sons and the daughters then just have the children and just disappear and leave it on this grandmother. And the woman is so clean. Her surrounding is so clean, and she's still doing her farming, and it's rainy season, and if you see her garden, and I can remember classmates used to say they live with their grandparents, but some of the grandparents, they were so harsh.
Yeah.
Treat the grandchildren, especially when they don't like the mother. Them not like the mother, is a son child, dear son child, and they don't like the mother, or the mother no come from the background where they wish the son did get involved in. So because of that, they have a tendency if you treat the child
Different.
with this animosity. I can remember having a few classmates didn't feel good around the grandparents, but I'm happy that you had a loving grandma and granddad.
Yeah,
And I know that there are others out there that have the same loving and caring grandparents. When I used to visit my mommy would send me to her mother, but her father was living before you reach my grandmother. And so
In the same community.
The same community. But my mommy, at that time, I don't know if they were getting along. She and her father were getting along. And so I would rush to my grandfather's house first. But I don't know if I the one time I go the one first time when I go and give me some money. So every time I hear to go to my grandmother, I go to my grandfather first. Yes. And I'm looking at my grandfather now. As in see me coming, in smiling. Whatever I have, he give me. So I would explain to him and tell him that I'm going to my grandmother's house. Yeah, and then I would visit my grandmother. What can I say about my grandmother now is that the first time I heard anyone speak in tongues, I heard it from my grandmother. That's the first time I heard my grandmother speak in tongues. Yeah. We went to the bush picking gungo peas, and she was there singing and singing away. And then she leave from the singing. We picked the gungo peas.
She's up here and getting spirit.
She was singing gospel songs.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boy. Yeah, she was just you know how old people sing, and if them a wash, them a sing, if them a sweep, them a chill. Yeah, you know them. She was singing. Can't remember the song, but she just stopped singing, and she just started speaking unknown tongues, and with the gungo paddy limb in her hand, and the dry gungo them just a shake, and me stand up, you know. I'm afraid, you know. It's that. You know, me can't carry a story straight. Me go cut off. You know, the first time that me hear somebody snore, me think I did them, did they? Because I would say the first time me hear somebody snore, you know. Honestly. The piece that dead man. Poor me never know me till me get up, me sit down upon me and wonder. You used to sleep with this lady. But back to it, guys. There's so much memory. My childhood, living with my mom. Yeah. As poor as we were, but I'm grateful, you know. She didn't have much, you know. And I appreciate her. Yes, for one thing, she gave me life. Yes. And I think she was living with one grand aunt. And that grand aunt.
Who was living with grand aunt?
My mommy.
Okay.
Right. My mommy was living with her. And I born at my grandma's house, my grandaunt's house. That's our plot of land now, because my grandaunt raised my mother, and so she inherited the land. And my father said when he came to look for me the first time, because apparently my daddy never warned me, you know. So when he came, he saw me and this lady shoulder, riding her shoulder. So apparently by then I would be about 2 years old. Right? So and I did not know my father's parents either.
Okay.
I never
you never get to meet them.
They died pretty early, seems like, and I never ever hear my father call his father name or his mother name.
Well, you know, there is other generation, you know, like siblings and things.
I knew all of his sisters, all of his brothers, every one of them, but not the grandparents. every one of my father, sisters and brothers. Yes. But other than that, and you know, my grandma, as I say again, it's for those who had loving grandparents. Thumbs up to them. One of these days, I will be sure I'll find somebody that grew with their grandparents and the grandparents wasn't loving. Yeah.
Some people really have a hard time, you know. But I would say the average person, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some of these older folks, they really pressure the children them, like to work and do this and do this and do that, and deny them from going to school.
Deny them,
yes. Yeah, you have them doing this and doing that.
Labor, child labor.
Exactly.
Child labor.
Exactly.
Child labor. Yeah.
I go to school every day. Where were you? Them long time they used to go to school. Friday was half day.
Yes.
You go to school full day, all day?
Half day.
Half a day.
When I do go to school, it's half day.
Oh, half a day. School
Yes.
closed after 12 o'clock?
Yes. School closed after 12. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. School closed after 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it was.
And so, hey, some children in the area, you don't see them at school Friday. Friday, they don't know over them. That's on the record.
And then Fridays was the day when you'd go and look things to go to the market.
Well,
So-
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
people use it
As
children,
excuse.
well, I mean, this one, a lot of these people didn't know better either, no. They come from a generation before them didn't know better. So they carry the tradition of doing these things, right?
Yeah.
Not know the importance of being education. I go to school, in getting an education to the school. They didn't know much better.
But you know, going
Because
to.
they come down from the same generation where their peers used to use them to as workers and then
Yes.
pass it down.
Pass it down.
Yes.
Yes.
But things and time change now,
Things
really,
and time
over the
change.
years. Yeah.
So, guys, I didn't, as I tell you, my grandma and grandfather, they treated me good because I wasn't living with them. So, can't throw any bad blame on them, right, sir?
No.
But no, me visit them. Me used to get my grandma gungo soup, nice thick gungo soup.
That's how good it is.
Yes, and any little thing my grandmother have, she always give me. And as times go by, my grandma and I had a relationship, really good relationship, Mr. Winston. Because you see, when I grow up and start to have my children, and I would visit my grandmother, any little thing you put in her hand, she lift it up. God bless you.
Yeah, very appreciative.
Send more to her, and she call your name and she lift it up. I have never given my grandmother anything and she don't lift it up and bless it. She just pronounce a blessing.
Yeah.
And I remember that. And so because of that, I try to be a loving grandmother. Yes. A loving grandmother. Because I have heard so much thing. I think some grandparents and some step-parents get some real bad name, or some of them really harsh. Some stepmothers harsh, some stepfather harsh, right? Some grandmother and grandfather is just the same. But as we would say, different people, and them deal with you based on how they were blowing their throat to them. Yeah,
So
man.
it's for that. True.
Yes, man. So honestly, right now, I'm giving God thanks that I had Loving grand.